Hello, hello, friends. Hi, everyone. This is attorney Marina Shepelsky, and I'm coming to you live from New York, New Jersey area. I'm really cold. We have a cold front here. We still have snow on the ground here in New Jersey and in New York, and we are here today to talk about immigration news in the U.S. You know what I'm going to do today? I will actually turn on my microphone for my people on Instagram so I don't have to speak so loud. All right, give me a second here to set up, please, because I forgot to do this. I'm sorry. While all of you are joining, I'm no Larry King here, guys. Sorry about that. All right. I'm here. Sorry that I didn't have my microphone set up before for my Instagram people, but now I do. And here we are. Let's talk about what's going on. Let's talk about what's going on in the news. Let's talk about immigration law. What are the changes? And let's talk about your questions. For now, post in the comments where you're watching me from. And let me know where you live. This way I will kind of have a good understanding of where everybody is here. Of course, the stupid chair is in the picture too. All right, my home office flooded and I had to move everything to the dining room. So right now I'm going live here from the dining room. And it's really cold. I had to put on this big shawl. So here we are. By the way, if you're just joining me, I'm Marina Shepelsky, and I'm an immigration lawyer in America for over 20 years. I go to courts. We do all the 50 states. We have a great team here. We have somebody watching from Chicago, Virginia Beach, and Mashka is from Naples, Florida. By the way, my parents are visiting Florida and they went to Naples yesterday and they loved it. Kwaku is watching from Kentucky. Awesome. Oh, and I have to log into my Instagram account here on the screen so I can read my beautiful Instagram followers, their comments as well. Oh, and I have to turn off the sound for that too. Okay. All right. We are here and we're going to do our best. Okay. It's delayed. Okay. So I will be talking. I will be giving you the news. We'll talk about Trump. We'll talk about the election. You tell me where you're watching me from and post your question as a separate comment. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. New York. Lady Wynn is watching me from New York. Hadak is watching from California. Naples is beautiful indeed. That's right. Good morning from Hadak. Thank you so much for saying good morning. Good morning to you too, sir. And good morning to my Instagram followers who are just joining us. This is Marina Shepelsky, live immigration news. Okay. I see you're seeing my laptop, my keyboard. Or all right. I'm still sick, so give me a little bit of an excuse just for today. I usually don't add anybody to my videos. I see somebody's requesting. I I don't know how to do that, so I'm just doing this by myself on two fronts. I have the computer web camera for YouTube and Facebook. I'm doing Instagram. I can't holder. So South Carolina on Instagram, I have somebody watching me from South Carolina. Daphne's watching from Texas. Good morning to Texas. Oh, you guys are behind us. So to you, it's like 10 o'clock, right? If you're in Texas. Justin says there's a Naples in Italy. That's the original Naples. But Florida has built towns that have really interesting names. There's a town called Petersburg. Petersburg is a town in Russia, but in Florida, there's a town called Petersburg. And Naples is the same thing. Right, let's talk about the news. The biggest news right now is Trump is gaining a lot of strength in the primaries. He's basically the number one candidate as of right now, as I'm speaking to you, which is making me super scared for you guys because you know when he's gonna come in, he's gonna make all kinds of changes in immigration law. And you know, it's not gonna be good. On the other hand, if you filed already for asylum or for VAWA or your family petition, you have nothing to worry about. You're fine. So the lesson here, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, is that you should file your application right now. You should not wait until next year because I have a strong feeling that Trump will be president next year. And not that I support him in any way at all, I'm against him, but I don't think Biden has a chance to win. Biden has very low approval ratings right now because of the borders. Americans are really tired of the situation of the borders. They said officially 1 million people entered legally through the borders this year alone. And overall, during his presidency since 2021, they're saying like 3 million migrants entered. Americans are very upset about that. They're mad. New York City is having a hard time managing everybody that's coming in. They're being shipped here and sent on planes. So that's in the news, and immigration is definitely playing a huge part in this election. I feel like every election it gets worse and worse and with this immigration issue. So there you go. You know, Lee's watching from Chicago. That's cool. So that's the biggest news. Like he just beat out Nikki Haley in New Hampshire. He won Iowa. The Republican Party is supporting him. My back guy is out of the election. So right now Trump is leading on the Republican side. And, I think my opinion is that he's leading in the polls generally because America is not New York or Boston or wherever everybody's going to vote Democrat. America is Texas and Arizona and Kentucky and Iowa and New Hampshire. All those states that usually vote for Republicans, plus some new states that are really overwhelmed for migrants, and they are going to vote Republican too. But we'll see, of course. Anyway, I'm not an expert in politics at all. Uh, so what else is new? Definitely expecting to see USCIS fees to go up, probably around March or April. They just submitted like the last uh, opening uh, time period for the public to make comments on the raising of the fees. They already raised the premium processing fee by $300 for people who are filing for I-539s to change status to student status or whatever, and for work petitions. The premium processing fee already was increased, and all the other fees like family petitions and all that, green card application, U.S. citizenship application, expect everything to be increased around spring. So again, if you're eligible for anything, now is the best time to file. If you're gonna file later, it'll be fine, but you will pay more. That's all I'm saying. You just have to pay. Um, what else is new? Nothing major is happening other than I mentioned the raising of fees. There's an election right now that behind the presidential and what else is happening in this politics? The White House is negotiating the U.S. Congress, Republicans in Congress for closing down the borders. They're not like really going to close them down. They're just going to really reduce the amount of people they're going to let in legally with parole. And the Republican Party wants a lot of money to be allocated to getting more people hired for ICE, more resources, more money to grow the borders, to restrict and reduce and significantly stop the amount, not stop completely, but like significantly limit, that's the right word, the amounts of people who are coming through the border with parole, legally, uh, because they're saying we can't handle all the people, they have nowhere to go, they have nowhere to stay with, and they end up being shipped and put on planes to go to all these cities in America, like New York, like Washington D.C., like Chicago. The cities are like choking. They can't handle this type of pressure, overwhelming of their resources. They don't have the resources for these people. They have nowhere to make them, stay, especially now when it's so cold. There's no place to sleep for them. There's no like food stamps for them. They can't handle it. So that's also in the news about the negotiating, mostly negotiating about the money right now. So that's in the news. Let's see what's going on today. If you're going to ask, there's nothing new about the Dignity Act. Nothing is coming up. Uh, um, 9 U.S. governors call for action on immigration reform. That's in the news today. And this article is from VOA, and it says that the governors for the states of Arizona, California, and New Mexico are calling on the U.S. government to make an immigration reform. And also, this is followed by Texas and Colorado, Illinois, Massachusetts, Maryland, New Jersey, and New York. They're saying the stress of increased levels of immigration is being felt nationwide. There has to be some kind of amnesty. Again, they're asking to shut down the borders, but also they're asking to make people here somehow be able to legalize. So there's pressure on the federal government to make the reform, but there's nothing actually happening with this reform except for this negotiation that I discussed with you guys 5 minutes ago, literally, um, saying that we'll give more money to the borders and we will deal with this problem in this way. Restrict the amount of parole people um, coming in through the border. We can't handle all these people coming in. It's too much, you know? Uh, what else? I think as far as news goes, I think that's all I have. Just it's not really news, but I wanted to discuss. I'm about to post a video on YouTube, but I also wanted to discuss this here. If you don't get a chance to watch the video later, I found a really good article where I found jobs for new immigrants, like really good paying jobs, well paying jobs, where you basically just take a 6-month course and you end up making a really good salary. Number one is EMS worker, emergency medical technician. They're the people who go on the ambulance, right? The ambulance, when something happens, they come to the rescue. Um, okay, there's uh, there's that. Then there's funeral director. Then there is the job of brick mason, personal trainer. You know what that is, right? For exercising. Medical coder is like when somebody in the medical office or hospital or any medical facility takes the doctor's notes, the procedures, they code them and submit them to insurance companies, usually online now, right? Online. And this is how the doctors in the medical field, medical procedures, and who bills insurances, this is how they get paid. Then auto repair shop manager, that's a good job too. Real estate associate, phlebotomy technician, those are the people who take blood from you for medical tests. And by the way, that job, you can make your own hours. Like I had a blood test once and the lab sent somebody to my house. So I said at like the kitchen table, he brought his sterile stuff with him. This is the phlebotomist job. And he took the blood. He was a college student. He did this for 6 months. He was in college and because he wanted to be a nurse. This is how he was making money for books and stuff while in nursing school. So that's a really good job, and you don't have to go to work 9 to make your own hours. Medical assistant, EKG technician, somebody who does the heart monitor readings for the doctor's EKG, and nurse's aide or CNA salary also pretty good. And if you're interested in going to school more, I'm going to have a separate video of 18 jobs. I already printed it out, prepared. For immigrants that require a 2-year college degree, not even 4, just 2 years. But what I discussed with you was this only 6 months. This is the EMS, the funeral director, those jobs, only 6 months. It doesn't seem like a long time, but you basically get a profession that you can have for the rest of your life. There's like also courses that are like 9 months to a year for sonogram technician and everything. You really just need to do your research. If you're new to this country, and I totally understand how people who work in like really complicated fields in the country, they, they resent the fact that they have to go back to school and have more time with it. But listen, what can you do? You come to America, sometimes it takes time to evaluate your education. It takes time to find your place. It's worth to go to school and get the 6-month degree and get a job for a while you're getting on your feet. Basically, you're gonna support your family. You're gonna have time to support your family. You're gonna have a job, and eventually you'll get to the place where you can go back to the field you were in your home country, and do what you gotta do. But sometimes, remember when we came here, my mom worked as a medical assistant and a nursing assistant, and it all worked out, you know. So there you go. Okay, what else did I want to say? Um, Before, I want to end the news part, and this way we can start talking about everything else here. Just looking through the news. All right, let's move on. I don't think I have anything else. Let's move on to your questions. All right, and to your comments. I'm going to go from whoever posted first come, first serve type of thing. Oh, somebody's watching from Virginia Beach. All right, somebody with a name you don't have to know says, "Hi, Marina. I'm curious if there's an approximate time for receiving my advance parole and work permit when I filed an I-130 based on marriage with a green card holder. If you are in status, it might take a year to a year and a half. If you are not in status, you might not be eligible for that at all. It depends. If you're a student, you have a student visa, and you're married to a green card holder, and you file that package, year to year and a half to get the advance parole and work. Okay. We read this already. Quaco has a question. Dear Marina, when you file a writ of mandamus on USCIS, how long does it take for USCIS to receive the lawsuit? To receive the lawsuit, it takes a day or two, not long. For them to react, a month to 2 months sometimes. News View says, what if you had a hit and run in 2006? Will it affect your T visa process? There's no standing warrant down, but I've been to jail in other states, and when I was fingerprinting, nothing comes up in the system. It's hard to say. Um, if there's no way to track it, they might not find out about it. But I would recommend to run an FBI background check. We do this for mostly everybody that files for T visa, for green card, for U visa, for VAWA, that's been in US for a while and lived in different states, just in case, because sometimes we get surprising results. If you definitely want to know what immigration sees in their system, you do an FBI background check that shows you everything. So News View, ask your lawyer to run the FBI background checks. It's much easier to do than it sounds. Basically, a fingerprint card, you get, when we ordered ink from Amazon, special ruling ink. We send it to the client. If they do it at home, they can order their own kit. If they come to our office, we roll their fingerprint on the card and we send it to FBI for $25, I think, and they give you your whole history. Mashka says she's from Ukraine. She got GPS as pending asylum. Is it safe to travel with travel authorization for GPS, or should I need a separate advance parole? GPS doesn't allow you to travel by itself. You need advance parole. So if you have the advance parole, yes, you can travel. It is safe as long as you don't go back to Ukraine. On the other hand, for your asylum case, if you were able to, let's say, go to France or Europe or Czech Republic, you're going to be asked by the asylum officer of the judge, why didn't you stay there? Why didn't you ask for asylum there? And the third country might come back to bite you in the proverbial butt, because for U.S. asylum, you still have to prove you couldn't ask for asylum anywhere else in the world. So if you travel to a third country, be prepared in your asylum case to answer very difficult questions that you might not be able to answer. Just in case that every country needs immigrants. U.S. immigration laws will be never reformed. This is why they let immigrants enter illegally. Okay, I'm going to tell you, I fight with my own husband about this, you guys. They're not entering legally, getting a parole. USCIS is giving them parole. ICE is giving them parole. Department of Homeland Security is giving them legal status, called parole to enter. Not everybody is doing it the right way. Some people are just running across the border. That's a program. But the people that the cities are getting are the migrants that entered legally with parole. They're not invisible. They have court proceedings. They have alien numbers, and they have the right for work permit. So they will come in and they get shipped to New York, Chicago, all these cities, and they even have a right to get an immediate work authorization. But they don't know what to do. They don't have the money to apply. They don't have a place to stay. They end up, staying in these homeless shelters and hotels and so on. It doesn't mean they entered illegally, okay? Illegally means they just ran through the border. Yes, people are coming in like that too, but this is not the issue here. Franklin, hello, good to see you. I hope you're well. Your speaker isn't good enough. Please, can you work on that? Your computer, because my speaker is just fine. Guys, if you can't hear me, write in the notes that you're having trouble hearing. Some places, some towns, some countries, and just like some individual Wi-Fi situations are not strong enough to handle a stream. So the sound is not good. Global TV USA says I sent my RFE medical exam. How long does it take my credit card? What? I don't understand what the credit card has to do with it. So from what I understand, USCIS sent you a request for evidence. It's called RFE. They want a medical exam for your green card. Who sent it back? There's no credit card involved. I don't know why you have to pay for that. Oh, Rock was saying sound is poor. Sound is poor. I don't know what to tell you. Everything looks fine on my computer. Looks like everything is good on my end. I'm gonna try to update here. All right, I'm back here. Sorry, I had to my computer, hopefully to improve the sound. Um, Rizwan Ali says U visa work permit. How many days or any expressway for U visa to get the work permit? Super late. You're gonna get your work permit. Some people are reporting 4 years they have to wait for the work permit. Based on U visa, you can ask for an expedite, but you have to show emergency. All right. On Instagram, people are saying they're watching me from Jersey, from South Carolina, from Florida. Let's see. There's a question from Anthony Sennett, my loyal viewer. Thank you for watching. He says, "Hi, dear Marina. I got my EAP, my work permit last month. How long will it take to get advance parole and my permanent residence? I'm filing as an R1 special worker. Advance parole sometimes takes a year from the day you filed, and the green card takes about a year, 9 months. Um, Kate Lena says it has nothing to do with your computer. I'm doing my live through the computer camera, and that's the microphone that I'm using. Somebody's saying something in Spanish. Esto está pasando en la mayoría de las personas. If anybody speaks Spanish, please translate for me what that means. Esto está pasando en la mayoría de las personas. Don't know what it means. Sorry, I don't speak Spanish. I'm so sorry. Sound is good, some people are saying. I'm listening to you clearly. Google Translate. My husband is suggesting from the background I should do Google Translate, but I'm doing it live. It's really hard. Somebody's watching me from Pakistan. Okay. Let's see. Other questions I have. Somebody's watching me from North Africa. El Turki Abdul Latif. That's amazing. Thank you. Daphne has a question. She says, "My lawyer filed an I-130 in 2018 for my child. I became a citizen in 2020. Case was approved in 2023. They moved to FTE, lawyer did not upgrade me. Can I upgrade his category to a medium relative?" Absolutely. You can. Absolutely. So basically, if the I so the I-130 was approved already, so now you have to make an inquiry to a national visa center directly, and you send them a copy of your naturalization certificate, your U.S. citizen certificate, and you have to write a short note, a letter with the case number, the date you filed, your name, the child's name, and everybody's dates of birth. And please upgrade the category to immediate relative category, or make your lawyer do it. That's what you're paying them. Maria says, Mashka says Instagram is better for this house. I agree. Judge Drill says my wife and I filed at the same time the adjustment of status package, and I got the work permit and advance approval, and she didn't. Do I know why? She has H4, and there's no reason for it. That's what they. This is how well they work. Um, okay. Porfirio Diaz says good morning, Ojitos Lindos, which probably means pretty lady, I hope. My attorney, because I know Linda is pretty. Oh, beautiful. My attorney sent an inquiring letter to USAS because USAS is taking so long to schedule me for an interview. They're ignoring letters now. They're ignoring them. What you can do is you make the e-inquiry online. Also, you can contact the ombudsman, and your lawyer should have the contact. Okay. Al-Turki, Abdul Latif says, I got administrative processing 221G, conditional resident visa. How long should I wait before filing a case? Get my filing a case how? Oh, so you applied for a family petition, and they said that they have to administratively check your case, and you've been waiting for too long. You're thinking of filing some kind of a writ of mandamus case. Um, I would wait. I would wait. It's a little different when it's USCIS here versus consulate, right? So there are other things you can do, like your lawyer should know about them. You can write to like higher authorities over the consular people, but in reality, you just have to wait. Atul Sharma says, "How long does it take for VAWA to get prima facie? It's been a year. How long?" So VAWA takes 3 years. Prima facie, usually the first one comes super quick, like it takes a month sometimes after the file, and then usually we renew them every year. But the VAWA case itself takes 3 years. John Doe says, I suffered abuse in the US and abroad from my American spouse, and I qualify for VAWA. Yes, absolutely. Even if you are outside of USA, but you lived with them here in US for some time and suffered abuse, we can help. Give us a call, we can definitely help you. Joseph said, good morning, my lovely lawyer. Good morning. Apps customer is in New York. How long does it take to receive advance parole? Like a year. John says, good morning. Good morning. That's real. Okay, same question. Uh, Traore wants to know what are the I-212 and the I-825 waivers are when you did something wrong, like you were deported and you want to come back, that's the I-212 waiver, and you're asking forgiveness for the sake of your citizen relative. The I-824 waiver is not a waiver. It must be for you. I-824 is a petition you file to make sure the consulate receives the case. It's approved too long from the archive. Sandoz says my spouse is American, but not a government employee. This is again about the VAWA. I think you'll be successful for VAWA, but do a consultation with us. My phone number on the bottom of the screen. You can just click on our website and schedule a consultation if you live abroad, and we can discuss how good your VAWA might be. Michael says, I overstayed and got married to a green card holder who's eligible for citizenship only in 2 years' time. Do I have any option to get a work permit? You can file for asylum. It depends where you're from. But other than that, no, there's no other option. Watching from Arizona, Porfirio Diaz. Joseph says, please, I have somebody who wants to file for VAWA, but he has her wife, daughter, that her mother, ex-husband too. She thinks he will file for VAWA. Can he file or not? Yeah, you have your own marriage, your own relationship. If you were abused, you file for VAWA. It doesn't matter who else filed. If the ex also. Malachi McBennani says, hello, ma'am. Is there any news for the time for affirmative asylum seekers? Unfortunately, no. If you filed for asylum, you're still going to be waiting for years. But we are starting to file a lot of writ of mandamus action in federal court. If you can prove that you tried to follow up, you made inquiries online, you called them, an email about the letter, and then we go to federal court and we say it's a hardship for you to wait so long. They should schedule you for an interview quickly. You shouldn't have to wait 3 years, and they will schedule. This happening to majority of people. The long lines, I know. Um, Evan Zawarko says, my wife messed me up at the USAS. I just told her about our marriage. She told me she's divorcing me. My case was denied, and I filed for VAWA with attaching as evidence videos, text, and documents to prove my case. Do I have hope? Yes. I've won many cases like this. have hope. How much to file for a T visa? Give us a call. We have to qualify you for a T visa. If you're eligible, we can talk about the fee. We don't have like a flat fee. It depends on the case. Okay, we did this one already. Good. Okay, Instagram. What is our fee to file the writ of mandamus? The writ of mandamus for most lawyers currently is between 5 to like 10,000. Uh, Selena says in the K1 visa, after getting married, how long does it take to get a work permit? About 1 year for most people. Plus or minus, it's not an exact. Hello from Faisal. Okay, I think this is gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm about to do my Russian language live in 20 minutes on Instagram and here. So I hope to see whoever speaks Russian here there. If not, all my English speaking friends here, I will see you next week at the same time. Bye. Have a great week. Hopefully, we'll have more news and more questions next week. Take care. Take care. Bye.